Antidote. Run, little snake. Here they come, the leaders of the new church, Reverend Cuz and Deacon Tex.
Hello, viewers.
It's whoever you are.
Yes, we're back.
Welcome back to Conformity Antidote.
Yes,
I missed everybody.
I know. So did I.
I mean, I had a good time with the wife on, in the anniversary, but I missed everybody.
Oh, yeah, same here.
It's part of life, and if like our life, and if we don't do the show, I miss everybody.
Yes, I know it does make you, because it's been, we've been doing it for 2.5 years now, or been about that.
About that.
So nonstop for the most part,
Nonstop.
except for a day here and a day there. But it's crazy.
But see that's how dedicated we are to
ruining your weekend. I mean, entertaining you.
It all just depends on how you look at it.
Yes.
But anyway, thanks for joining us again on a Sunday evening. And like I said, we had a good time this past weekend, but I did miss everybody. So, 4 of 4.
Okay, is that what it's supposed to be?
Are
we missing something?
That's a good question.
You want to check that real quick?
Let's check it real quick.
Let's check it real quick. Well, you're on Facebook, though, right?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, so that's working.
Yeah.
So
We're just checking. We usually have 5 feeds. That we
not
go to.
4.
Not 4, not 3, but 5. 5-bladed sword. Here we go with the Monty Python. But and we're only showing 4. So the Reverend Cuz is just going to check that really quick.
We're on Facebook.
Okay.
I mean, YouTube. So I guess that's really the only one. that you really need to worry about.
exactly. So
Anybody else?
will catch us later. But yeah, everybody actually catches us recorded anyway. So
Yeah.
for the most part.
If they catch us at all. All right. So,
Oh, by the way, so I've been meaning to ask you.
Yes.
You were at the MGM National Harbor.
Yes.
And how was that like? What was that like down there?
So there's a lot of good shops and restaurants. We ate at I can't even remember the name of it. McLoon's, I think it was called.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a seafood.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. And but there was a when we were down there was a cosplay or some event where they had cosplay.
Oh, everybody was
people.
dressed in costumes and stuff.
Yeah. And can I just say something, people, for just 1 second? Anybody wants to do whatever they want and just have a good time, I'm down with that. But some of you out there that like to do the cosplay, and I guess the outfits don't exactly come in your size. Could you please not try to stuff? Could you please not try to stuff all of that in there, please? Thank you. That's all
I
I'm
was going to say, yes, I have.
So embarrassing.
Yes, it was.
I have seen some of those costumes, and it's like,
And I'm just saying, it's just okay. It's the same thing as that when we go to the beach,
right?
the shirts don't come off. Okay,
Right.
so there's just certain
it's just-
things that you just
Yeah,
don't
a
do.
little decorum, and not necessarily for myself, but for the people around me.
I mean, because there was one girl, there was a couple girls that were dressed as Sailor Moon, and believe me, a moon is almost what we got.
And you know what? We're not fat shaming.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. But
I
still,
just
it's
wear
like you
appropriate
can't.
clothing.
Yes,
They were. I mean, they were stuffed in
That's
there.
like having. That's like having like a 350-pound woman trying to put Wonder Woman's costume on.
Yes.
I've seen those. I have seen it.
Yes.
Jabba the Hutt's more like it, honey.
Oh. All right.
That's terrible.
But anyway, so and one more thing. One more thing. I'm not going to bitch about this for 5 minutes. But, okay, can I ask, what the hell? This has nothing to do with National Harbor. It was a good time. It really
Good.
was.
You just were down there during the cosplay convention.
Yeah, and that was fine, too.
You just point out some of the people.
I
You're
was
like,
just
oh, honey,
I was
no.
like, oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Because she was dressed as there was one girl that was heavy. She had on this funky dress thing or something like that, and then she had this little mask thing on that went like from here, just like here, had like a cat's, face on it, and that was a big anyway. Anyway, so no,
we don't have a cat. We don't have a cat.
So, and there's one more thing I wanted to. So I was watching XFL yesterday, and I enjoy the XFL.
I think it's picking up some steam, except for Los Angeles, and nobody goes and watches their NFL games either. So I don't even know why anybody bothers to put a pro team.
The only people they go to see in LA is the Lakers. That's
right.
It.
That's it. They don't go see the Kings. They don't go see They don't even go see the Clippers. Really, they probably now. But
who would really?
Right. Well, no, actually, the Clippers are actually good this year.
Oh.
But
anyway, so during the game, and when it came to commercials and stuff, it was they keep having that stupid ass B-dubs, the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Roar!
What is roar? What is that? Okay, first of all, your logo is a buffalo, and it's chicken wings.
Right.
What's the roar? What is that?
Right. Where's
that roar? It's like it's annoying.
Is that the one where it's like, oh, so and so says if you eat boneless wings, you dirty? I'm like. Well, he's an asshole. Number one. Excuse my language. I'll buzz myself.
Asshole is like the least of what
I
we
know.
do.
But it's like roar.
But it's not any particular commercial. It's just that, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell that is.
Well, and they're trying to. It's the hipsters. They're trying to be.
Yeah, but what's the roar?
With B-dubs, B-dubs.
I don't get the roar though.
For the longest time, I didn't get the B-dubs. Reverend Cuz had to tell me I'm like, what the hell's the B-dubs?
That's because
Buffalo Wild Wings, the two W's.
That's because I'm hip, yo.
I know. You're woke.
You ain't woke.
I know. I am still asleep. Call me Rip Van Winkle, and I'm still asleep. And I like it like that.
Are you Van Winkle like Vanilla Ice? Because he ain't woke either.
I know. He was back in the 90s. Ice, baby.
I don't think he was ever woke. Anyway. So, all right.
It was a good time you had at the National Harbor.
We did have a good time. It was nice. It was nice. And just hanging out with it. It was 30th anniversary.
Oh, man.
3-0.
How about that?
We've been married longer than we haven't.
And
actually, it happened at 25.
I know. Yes, I remember that.
Yes.
I remember that day.
So so as a president, I decided to let her stay for another year, and then we'll see what goes on.
You're on a lease. You're on a year-to-year lease.
Year to year.
Yes, with an option to buy.
Yep. That's probably what she's going to do.
Shotgun wedding.
That's what she's going to do to me when I get her backstairs. All right. Anyway, so enough of that. And we are
Don't forget our merchandise, everybody. Cheers.
No, cheers. Cheers.
Hey. Remember, we want to try and get rid of it so we can get the new stuff. So
I don't think I changed any of the prices on it. I've been like way too freaking busy. I've been really busy. Busybody.
I know you weren't. I every now and then I check our Twitter page. For those of you that follow us normally, I'm not the social media guru of the operations. Our Reverend Cousins, and Twitter was kind of quiet while you were away.
It was a little quiet
until recently.
Yesterday.
I know yesterday it was not so much,
and today I went off.
Yesterday and today not so much, but it was for quite a while. So I kind of figured you were quite busy.
Yeah, I'm trying to edit the book, and again, just give me a shout. I'm just going to get a shout out to Miss Jen. Thank you for she's helping me to compile and edit and get it from my scribble to actual
to something that somebody can read.
So I appreciate that. She will get credit. She will get credit on the book for that. So.
Yes, in the what do they call that where you have all the I can't remember what they call that.
Yes. Anyway, so I think we're good. So let's move on to some news. around thy basa, do you keep that mask on? Don't bring the coronavirus here.
Oh, we spread coronavirus to you Western people of the world.
We like a SARS, but no corona.
Yes.
Let's add lime.
And we did
Put the
this.
lime in the
We
coconut.
think you make blame on Mexicans for coronavirus. They figured if they named it coronavirus, everybody'd be blaming it on the Mexicans. What? We just make the beer. We don't.
We put the lime in. The lime, you're okay. No lime, you get sick.
Yes.
All right.
So anyway,
all right. So let's move on to what's our first one? Oh, wait a minute. Let's make sure we're shut down. Okay, there we go. And here we go. She's a criminy. Damn.
I can't move. I'm paralyzed.
It's a nutbag AOC. Now, she's been out of the way for a little bit. What are you looking for?
The cuckoo. We don't have the cuckoo.
Oh, yeah.
We lost. That's all right.
We lost the cuckoo.
That's
Just
all right.
because,
We were
just
gonna
because
do
we have some good.
cuckoo.
We have-
Oh, you had to put in some other sound effects.
That would again. So AOC, and now here's the thing with AOC. You know, we're gonna spend like just a minute on her because she's stupid. But anyway, so she's kind of doing whatever the hell she's doing in Congress. Believe me, if you've ever watched C-SPAN, sometimes I watch it just to as torture. And you hear somebody like when they're going over the bills, and you hear, I swear, you hear anything that comes out of her mouth. She is an idiot. I mean, idiot. But so she's kind of thinks she's a rock star, this and the other. Well, there are 12, count them, 12 Democrats who are coming after her seat. All right. And I'm not a Democrat, don't like Democrats. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter because we're not in New York anyway. But every damn one of them is more qualified than she is. And 4 Republicans in that same seat in New York, which is what's the Bronx? Is the Bronx or Brooklyn?
I think it's in the Bronx.
The Bronx, which she's not really in the Bronx. Let's just get that straight. Anyway, but yeah, so they're coming after her seat, and now she's actually sweating a little bit. So she's trying to generate her base, which I mean I don't know what her base is. It's probably a couple baristas at at Starbucks, and that's about it. But so it's going to be interesting because people are coming after her, and they are lambasting her left and right. They're talking about the fact that she hasn't really done anything except disrupt stuff, and of course they bring up the Amazon jobs, which again she didn't single-handedly keep the jobs from coming. However, she was kind of a bitch about it, and I guess Bezos was like, you know what, I ain't got time to deal with your ass. We'll put it somewhere else because anyway, your stuff's expensive anyway, your land. So anyway, they're coming for her, and she's starting to sweat a little bit, and that actually goes for Tlaib and Omar because people are lining up to take their seats too. So off you go, and good luck to you, and hopefully they'll
I think
dethrone and defrock them.
Oh, well, especially Omar, because now it's coming out. There's more and more investigation into her on again, off again marriage to her brother. And it was confirmed that by someone in the Somali community that knows them that said yes, that she did marry her actual brother, and it was actually a Christian minister that married him. And but the Christian minister, she is refusing
Christian,
to talk.
But she's Muslim.
Exactly. So,
oh, what the hell is that?
Stay tuned. I mean, whoever's running up against her is going to have a lot of how should we say ammunition to use against her. And then the only thing that she can use is, I think she's hanging her hat on the fact that Bernie's going to get the nomination, and he's going to bring her along as his Veep, which he said that he was probably going to do. So I think that's what she's hanging her hat on.
If he brings her on as vice president, I mean, Donald Trump won't even have to say anything. He'll just be like, seriously, Go. You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead and do it. Oh my gosh. Yes, that would be. Cringeworthy.
And then
All
some. All right.
Get off. Skank. All right. So, from one skank to another, let's go to, it's Miss Reality Loser. Thank you. That was stupid. It's a reality winner. And, so you remember.
Wait, well, is that her real name?
That's her real name.
Reality winner?
Reality. So, I guess I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Now, if you remember, Reality Winner was, I think this was maybe 2 years ago. Anyway, she was the dumb bimbo who worked for the NSA and who actually printed classified documents, not just classified, not just as classification, maybe a secret or whatever, or top secret.
Yeah, or few or for your eyes only type.
Yeah,
or
not even
only.
for use only. Not just that, but top secret documents. She printed them out, which she actually had no need. There's a thing in Intel community, which means it's called need to know, which means I could have that classification, all right, clearance of top secret, but there's still certain projects that I don't have a need to know. All right.
Right.
Well, this was one of them that she didn't have the need to know. But anyway, she printed them out and leaked it, and didn't leak them. She sent them to the media and everything else. Then she got caught. Well, and before she did that, she was ranting and raving how she hated Trump and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, she got caught. Now, the reason why we're bringing her up now is because now she's submitted to the, the parole, whatever, blah, 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 of the Attorney General under Trump because she wants to be pardoned. Yes. Well, sweetheart, let me just say, I thought Trump was a big piece of shit and this, that, and the other, and now you want clemency, and you're just like, and this, that, there's a little thing called karma, right? And karma is a bitch. And it always comes and bites you in the ass if you tempt it. So, I don't know. Trump's he hasn't really addressed her.
I have a feeling that the paperwork, I don't know if for those of you that are familiar with it, but it's a long drawn out process, okay? That you submit the paperwork in and it gets reviewed. It's like anything else. It has to make it through the first phase, make it through the second phase, make it through the third phase. Like the president doesn't even see it until it goes through like freaking a whole bunch of other people first. Right. And they have to review.
Unless he's actually put down something and says, hey, if old Deacon Tex comes up, run it through, I'll sign it right now.
Exactly. But, for the most part, and then they get the information from the person that's applying for what they call clemency, and they look at it, and then they pull all the stuff from the revolving around the case. I know. I'm sorry. I'm like pizza. We just ate before we came on the air, and it was scrumptious.
So good.
So anything revolving around the case. So, honey, if that's. It's like, I don't care what they say. I don't care who it is, what it is. It's like the old saying goes, don't burn any bridges because you may have to go back across it someday. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what, honey? You flamed that bridge, and now you want to try and build it again. And I'm telling you right now.
You ain't got the materials.
No.
You made your bed, now you got to lie in it.
Yep.
And see, and
it's not even going to make it past an intern.
No.
The intern's probably going to get me like, sir, the reality went, that's a joke name. Toss it out. Anyway.
Well, it's a joke name, sir.
like Ciliosaurus or Biggest Dickus.
So anyway, and then they're bitching. Like, I think Trump has pardoned, I think, close to like 60 people or something like that, and they're bitching about it. He's Obama, 1,864, almost 2,000. Get it? 2,000 people he pardoned. So you know what? Again, hypocrites. Shut the hell up. Anyway, off you go. Skankola.
Reality Winner. How does somebody with a name like Reality Winner even get a TS clearance? If I could see her applying to paperwork, I'd be like, are you kidding me?
know.
Is that your government? Is that your government name?
Or is it? Yeah. Yeah, the new thing. That's the government name.
Is that your government name?
No, that's the name your mama gave you.
Yeah, the government didn't give me that name. I tell you what.
Oh, is government naming people now?
The government gave her a name. It's like number 16-35637. That's her name right now in the U.S. government.
That's right. You ain't got a name. You a number. Anyway, so next we go from one criminal to another.
Oh.
Yikes!
No.
Okay.
He just has that look.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. So we're back in New York, the lovely state of New York, in a lovely city of New York. Excuse me.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better.
That's a good pizza. And so if anybody's aware of let me make sure I get it right, the bail reform law, that the wonderful people in New York actually brought a bill together and signed it and passed it, and it's actually in effect. The bail reform law, it means that for supposedly non-violent felonies, that they don't give them bail or this and the other. They release them on their own recognizance, and they give you a citation that you have to show up for a particular court date. Now, so Mr. Scott Nolan here, lovely man, was first arrested on Monday at 9 a.m. on suspicion of shoplifting. He goes in, they process him, they let him out, and they give him a citation, says you got to appear in court and blah blah blah. So about 2:30 that day, probably after lunch, you can't really do a lot of crime with an empty belly.
Right.
So at 2:30 p.m. he was arrested again for an assault. Didn't really say what it was, and again released. Came in, was processed. Yes, and given a citation, and out he went again. So 2 hours later after that, Mr. Nolan assaulted somebody, hit him with a brick. Was arrested again. Given a citation, and processed, and out the door he went again. This is the wonderful state and city of New York. And so here's the thing. So let me give it to you. So the new law prohibits arraignment judges. That's the one who handles the arrest. Is the ones that handle an arrest person's first court appearance. They prohibits them from demanding bail for certain defendants or remanding them to jail. Instead, they must release the defendant on his own recognizance, like I said, and this release order supposedly does not apply to violent felony offenders. Violent. Now, I would say hitting somebody in the head with the brick, I would think it would be violent, but I guess I'm just too stupid to understand what that means.
How about that?
How about it? And however, numerous crimes of violence or potential violence are found among the state's so-called non-violent felonies, including certain robberies, rapes, and assaults. And judges in New York, unlike judges in the 46 other states, may not take public safety into account when deciding whether or not to release somebody. Now, that might sound, that is just effing stupid. Oh, what the hell is that?
I don't know. It was an interference. It was wrong. I just thought it was something else.
You got that right. So in New York, so this is laws that they put on. So the laws that they put on is that what do I want to say? They're classifying some of robberies, rapes, and assaults as nonviolent. Yes. So then when you get if I go rape somebody, and I don't know if I don't beat them up, I don't know what that means. So if I go rape somebody, guess what? Guess what?
It's No, it's
Here's your little citation. Off you go.
it's only not it's non-violent if you drug them first and then make them pass out. Then you don't have to really force them to do anything because they're just laying there.
I'll tell you.
If they would only get that law in Pennsylvania, I'll be on the streets again. Camille. If I'm coming home.
Hoffenfester Incorporated.
Dun, 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 dun. We're gonna do it. Oh, okay.
All right. So New York. How the hell would anybody want to live in New York with that kind of shit on the books? And then when this law passed, they talked to De Blasio, and he's like, "Well, we're just trying to keep, people who shouldn't be in jail. Thank you. People that shouldn't be in jail. We're just trying to keep them out of jail. Okay, a rapist. Okay, yeah, they should be in jail. My goodness, that's really. I'm at a loss. Thank God I don't live in New York. And oh, by the way, then they're going to charge you 13 to 14% in taxes, in state taxes, on top of all the federal, to keep jackasses like this out. Wow.
I've got two things. He's not the guy. This actually is a different person than what I thought. But there was another case recently.
Oh,
this guy
this
was
is
robbing people. Yeah, this guy was this guy. Well, this was the last week. This guy was caught. He does steals or commits robbery in the subway station.
Oh,
and it was like his 30th time that he was caught. And it showed him. They caught him again. You show the cops taking him up, and you know what? There was a camera there that was filming him, and he was making all these comments that he's like, I love New York. He's like, I'm gonna be right back out on the street. He said it don't matter, and then he said the racial derogatory term for a white person, which we'll say here because we don't care, crackers. And but he was like bragging about it. He was actually bragging to the fact that he would be back out on the streets because of the policy. Now, I get it, okay, that originally somebody had this idea that if somebody that was really poor or whatever, and it was, let's say they were caught shoplifting or panhandling, and they didn't have the money to pay for the bail or whatever, something like that. But people, judges, it didn't apply. Doesn't apply. Oh, you murdered a family of 5 and you don't have any money. Okay, go ahead and go. Well,
off you go,
here you go. And we expect you to come back to court now. Come see us. Don't make sure you follow the date. You know what? Here in the state of Maryland, if you were to go into your local court or any other state and ask them how many failure to appear warrants are outstanding, which basically is you're given a court date and they don't show up, I guarantee you the list is going to be longer than what you see here. It's going to be more than 2, 3, 4, or 5 pages long of people for failure to appear bench warrants because they didn't show up for court. Oh, okay, so that's going to show them, and they don't have enough cops to go after them. The ones that jump bail or whatever like that they may go after. But in New York, they might not even do that.
And
anymore.
God forbid if they're actually illegal, then they're gonna protect them anyway.
Yeah, because that'll be a different topic for another.
Yeah,
yes.
where they refuse ICE to have access into their database for like driver's license and this and the other. Oh, which by the way, they've approved for illegals to have driver's license. Okay, explain that one to me, but I don't even want to get to it. See, the problem I have with these jackasses is like New York. New York, you're so stupid. I'll tell you to your face, you're stupid, because they put stuff they allow. There's no such thing as a citizen anymore.
Mm-mm.
So if you're a citizen of this country, or if you're not a citizen, you got the same rights as everybody else. So then what's the point?
Yeah. Why bother?
Why bother? And all these poor people, these people that from other countries that are going through the legal process to become citizens and stuff. Ed,
why bother?
Chuck your pen out the window, man. Just roll up in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, New York's got a lot of things they need to take care of. And like the Reverend Cuss said, I'm kind of glad we're here in Maryland at the moment.
Yep. So,
is that...
that's it.
Until next week.
That's it for the news. I'm telling you, I could go on news for days on stupid shit that goes on in this country. I don't know how we got to this point.
Well, I kind of do, but it's just been over.
Yeah, but where did the shift come? When did the shift happen? When common sense went right out the freaking door?
That's a very good question.
Oh my gosh!
Bring back the 80s.
Damn right on that. I had hair back then. Lots of it too.
Yes, he did. He had He had like he was like in the headbanger's ball hair.
Mm-hmm. Those good old days. All right. So let's get into our topics here, and our first one. Okay, so our first one. So
what is it? That's like watching that's
not
like King Kong's costume and King Kong versus Godzilla.
I know this is from the Toho Company back in 1953. Godzilla. So,
okay.
So we're this is so stupid. That doesn't even look like a bear. I don't even know what the hell that is. Anyway, so we're in here we go. We are in where's it at? Oh, Sikandarpur.
Sikandarpur.
Where
is it? Sikandarpur. If anybody from any of our India viewers from India watching us, please correct us. But,
so in that village, and they were having problems because they were being terrorized by 2,000 of these. There's like 2,000 monkeys running around this village, and they're just terrorized. They were like beating, no lie.
It's like a gang.
Yeah, no lie. They were actually ganging up on like children, beating the shit out of them.
They're like straight gangs. Help!
And we're not even talking about throwing poo. We're talking like they were actually whooping people's ass.
I'm telling you right now, they're not. Everybody's like, oh, they're so cute. I want to have them as pets. They can be some nasty characters.
They can. Now, so apparently I didn't get. I looked through the article and I couldn't find any like legal issue. I'm assuming that there is some legal issue as to why they can't kill these son of a bitches. Because I tell you what.
Right.
If I had like a little toddler or something out there and I had like a group of monkeys that were doing that shit.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
You said
I'd be killing the son of bitches. I mean, seriously. But anyway, for some reason, I don't know what the deal is with that, but they didn't really say anything about it. So what the villagers do. And they've called I guess what they call like animal control in that country, and apparently they won't come out unless you pay them.
Of course.
So anyway, the villagers donated money. Now they said that to do this or to actually get the animal control to come out was way expensive, way more expensive than this. So what they did is So they donated money to buy 3 costumes from a makeup artist for 1,700 Indian rupees, which is like $23. And you know what? If you're going to talk about $23, that's exactly what we're talking about. Oh,
where we go?
What happened?
We lost everything.
There we go. Hold on. I must have jacked something.
There we are.
Whew.
I'm going to start back to the beginning.
Okay, that does not look like a bear. I don't know what the hell that looks like. But they paid $23 a piece for these damn things.
Excuse me?
Yes, and it looks like you paid $23. Okay, now here's the thing. This is they bought it from a makeup artist. Again, he must have been from the Toho Company.
I know. Oh, we
from
did
Godzilla.
something. Oh, we have something in my basement that we can help you with. But excuse me, sir, you're not from India. Oh, I live here now.
I help you out with the monkeys.
The other one looks like Mothra. That didn't work too well.
Rodan or something. It's okay. So their idea was to buy the costumes, put people in costumes to scare away the monkeys.
Did it work? Is it working? We don't know.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Well, it did say that, yeah, kind of. So they weren't having as many attacks. Probably a lot more attacks than if you just
Maybe they don't
kill them rat bastards.
I don't know. Maybe where they're at, they don't have guns or something. I don't know. I don't know what their gun laws.
But you know what?
In
They need
India.
to go talk to Chinese and figure out how to throw some bricks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Make some Kung Pao monkey. Hey, there you go. They had Kung Pao Roo. We can have Kung Pao monkey.
Kung Pao. I forget what kind of monkeys it is, but anyway, they're kind of like monkeys that are like this big.
They're the worst ones. Well, they say chimpanzees can get violent
these
too.
are chimpanzees. I forget
But they're
what
the
they
little like not like spider monkey type size or whatever.
kind of like that. But they were beating the shit out of kids anyway.
Yeah,
So
you can't have that.
So last year, a farmer resorted to painting his pet dog with tiger stripes to protect his coffee crop from the 3 thieving monkeys.
Arf, 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 arf.
He taught his dog how to. That wasn't a tiger, but yeah.
I can see the monkeys are like they're like it looks like a tiger, but barks like a dog. They're like they're whoops.
And watch it be like a chihuahua or something. The monkey's just like,
I know.
shut up.
Lancy. Oh, Marta.
Gee, Lance, what are we gonna do?
Oh, I don't know, Marta.
Get some Schnell.
All right.
Little
For those of you who don't know, little Lancelot Link. We're going back in time.
Secret chimp.
Yep. That was an awesome show.
I like when I first showed my kids that, they had the one where they had the sheik.
Uh-huh.
La, la, la. They had this monkey going. La, 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 la,
And then the lips are...
And I'm like, what does he keep doing that for? Anyway.
Oh, it's a great show. I'll tell you what, whenever they did kid shows back in the 70s, 60s, and 70s, they were on drugs.
They didn't. Yeah, they
were
did
on
not
drugs.
care.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Lancelot Link. You had HR Puff and stuff.
I
The
know.
Bugaloos.
Mm-hmm.
That was some freaking LSD tripping
Exactly.
stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Well, good luck to you. Hey, speaking of India, I wonder if we can expect to see somebody in the bear costume during Trump's visit there. He just left to go do a state visit in India. I can see the Secret Service is like the Secret Service.
They had to clear the monkeys off the runway. Get the monkeys off the runway.
Oh my
Lord.
gosh.
All right.
Anyway. I hope it works for you. I really do. I think so. But I'm telling you what now, you get ripped off. I would ask for some rupees back.
Yeah, because you just dropped 1,700 rupees.
I know. It looks like an elementary school kids could have done that costume.
Mm-hmm. Should have done it for a school class project.
Exactly.
All right. Well, they couldn't because of the monkeys done beat the shit out of the kids. They're in the hospital. Anyway, so here we go. Oh, what's up, girl?
Hey.
Hey. Excuse me. All right, so this lovely young lady is Jania Sky.
Mm-hmm.
And with a name like that, she has to be a performer.
She's a nurse?
No.
Or she can play one, though.
Yeah, she can. She is a stripper.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So, if anybody remembers, a little while ago, there was a YouTube video going viral where the young lady actually on a 15-foot stripper pole ran up the stripper pole and lost her grip and came down. Oh, get in there. Bounced off the stage.
Very hard. I'm telling you right, yes.
She broke her jaw. And She fractured her jaw in 2 places, broke a number of teeth, and sprained her ankle. During her fall at the Texas club, the XTC Cabaret. At the Cabaret.
So embarrassing.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway. So I guess in her recovery and everything else, she decided, well, something I think I'm good at. I'm going to change careers. So you might wonder, what would Miss Sky choose as a career? Well, she wants to be
Yes.
a food critic. Hey, your jaw's wired shut. You can't even eat shit. Just put it in the blender for her and let her give her a straw. So the self-proclaimed chicken wing connoisseur.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Excuse me?
She's chicken wing connoisseur. Yes.
She ain't working no Hooters. Honey, you only work at the XTC club.
She wouldn't have fell off that pole if she was.
I know.
But she might have tripped on a bench or something and then broke her teeth. So she wants to be. So the self-proclaimed connoisseur, chicken wing connoisseur, discussed her love for food, claiming that she could do anything. It would be travel and eat and get paid to do it. And quote, Miss Sky said, "I just like to eat."
Amen, sister.
Listener top 3 favorite foods as chicken wings, tacos, and sushi.
I love sushi too. Half on your roll.
I don't eat it now because I might have
Salmonella. E. coli.
somebody might have sneezed.
I know.
Might have sneezed on there. They might have coronavirus. So she says those 3 foods, she views those as being very Californian. Okay, sweetheart. Okay, I understand that you might want to get out of the stripper trade, knowing what you know now, that it is very, very dangerous, apparently.
Did you see the video?
Yes, I did.
Oh, my gosh.
It wasn't that. But here's my thing. When it happened, people just kind of sat there.
I know.
I'd have been
It
like,
wasn't
oh,
the girl.
shit.
Well, it was, everybody just sitting there, and it was the other girl dancing because there was another girl on stage with her.
Yes.
People, if you had a chance to watch this, okay, if you find it, she was like, we're not talking, she was like close to the floor on the stripper pole and fell, which Reverend Cousin I would know. I know.
I wouldn't know.
We know somebody that actually went someplace and saw somebody that was just on the ground level.
Something similar to that.
And fell. But
that was a drunken hooker in New York. She fell in the gutter. It's not the same thing.
She
did break her teeth.
This young lady right here she was like up there, and all of a sudden when she fell, I'm telling you right now, when I first saw it, I was like, she's lucky that's all she broke because she landed right on her back. We giggle because she's fine, but I mean she fell.
Well, she busted.
I know she did do some damage. She did do some damage, but.
Broke some teeth out, but I don't know if you can see it here. Let me see if I could bring it.
I think you had the wire. I saw the one where interview.
Yeah,
so
you can see right here. You can't see it there, but if you could see it, she's got her wire here and a wire there to just shut. But now I don't know. So here's the thing: if you want to be a food critic, you're going to have to be able to, number one, take a bite, chew the food, and taste it.
Yeah, honey, you might want to wait till you get the wires cut.
I'm sure she does, but then that wouldn't. I'm sure she's waiting till that done. But then again, that wouldn't be as funny.
Yes.
So like I said, I know that the stripper trade is
it's dangerous.
But I guess I'm wondering what qualifications you have to be a food critic. Now, I don't really know what other food critics' qualifications are, because I think most of them are stupid as hell. Anyway,
I mean, technically, we could. I mean, look at us. Look, we could be food critics sitting right here. I'm telling you right now, we are basically food critics.
We have eaten just about everything.
Yes.
We could tell you what's good and what's not.
Yes, and we won't go back. And you know what? And if it tastes bad, we ain't going back.
Not like the raccoons.
Yes. I got some. But what's that? Something back.
It's like mango chutney and burnt hair.
Try some of this. It's awful.
I have a very sensitive palate. I don't want to try it. So, more power to you, sweetheart.
Maybe she had. You know what? This was my first thing because I actually saw this on Fox 5 in the morning last week. They were talking about this, and maybe that when she hit the floor, she had an epiphany. It just kind of like.
No. Epiphany? No, she's coming out. She's coming out dancing next.
Yep.
And coming to the stage now is Epiphany.
Epiphany. That's great. But it was a sign.
What's your stage name? My stage name is Epiphany. Oh my God.
That's funny. But anyway, so she probably she's like,
my name is Epiphany Jenkins.
I could do food. Maybe she has some background. Maybe she has prior.
She's chicken wing connoisseur. She said, so she knows hot wings.
She's not that much because I'm telling you right now. Okay, if you're in the adult, not necessarily adult business, but similar. If you're a chicken wing connoisseur, I'd expect you to be working at Hooters. That's just me because Hooters is known for their wings. Supposedly that's why people go there.
Not like B-dubs.
Wink, wink. Yeah, B-dubs. Roar!
B-dubs.
You dirty.
B-dubs.
You don't like... That guy needs a... If I ever saw that guy...
It's almost like the other commercial who the person I hate, if anybody knows wrestling, John Cena, who I cannot stand. Do you see his new Experian where he's riding like a purple cow?
No.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, but okay, it's good for John Cena because he's a jackass.
No. I haven't seen that commercial, and I'll be sure to try and miss it.
Excuse me. That's because B-dubs keeps breaking in with their stupid ass thing.
I know.
All right.
But anyway, well,
Miss
good
Sky.
luck. Good luck to you, Miss Sky.
Miss Sky.
And know that if you always fail as a food critic, you always have something to fall back on.
Oh my God, that's a good one.
So we give you a salute.
That's a good one. Let's just, you know what? I say if you're gonna go back into dancing,
Yes.
I say let's
go up
keep
so
it
high.
safe. Let's just put you on the midget pole.
Or how about you just stick to Coke cans?
Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I don't know where that came from. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh, the stories we could tell.
What's the Coke cans gonna do anything? You damn straight. I don't even want to get to that one. Ooh.
So
When
we'll let bygones be bygones.
some things are just left best unsaid.
It's just better left
Yeah.
unsaid.
We'll talk about the Coke can
Yes.
or the
quarters.
or the stack of quarters.
Do you have change for this?
Are you gonna tip me? Well, it's what you got. You already got it.
There you go. All right.
I'm not gonna make it rain here. I'm gonna make it hail.
I'm
I'm gonna make it hail with some nickels.
How about some pennies?
Yeah, we better use pennies
Oh, my
because
gosh.
nickels causes like
Yes.
concussions. Anyway,
Exactly.
moving on.
All right. So good luck to you, Miss Janaea Sky.
Yes, good luck. I hope
Maybe Gordon Ramsay will take you under his wing.
Wayne get it.
Chicken wing. Okay.
All right.
Enough of the
Last
puns.
but not.
Go ahead and make sure you shrink your because.
What am I shrinking?
Oh, but I wasn't sure if the next picture we're gonna show is like gonna be like.
Oh no, that's from before.
Okay.
All right, there we go. All right, so now we're getting into. All right, okay, wait a minute. Let's just get into the story first before I show you the picture. All right.
I know.
All right, so let's just break it down a little bit. So Actually, this is in the UK. I can't. It didn't say exactly where from. Didn't exactly say where, but so we had a mom.
A mom.
A mom. A lovely mom, a young mom, and and living in England, they'll have a whole a lot of sun all year round.
They are pasty white people.
Pasty white. Well, she didn't want to be pasty white, which I can understand. So she wanted to do a little bit of spray tan or self tan, so forth, so on. So she used a mousse, a tanning mousse.
Mm-hmm. I've seen those at the stores.
Not to be confused with a moose cow.
Oh.
No, you just
So embarrassing.
Yeah. That was just stupid. All right, I get it.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So, she put on fake tanning, all right? And she wanted to feel nice and sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like who doesn't? So, and then she had her 5-month-old son, start crying because he's hungry. And so she decided to feed him, and forgetting about the tan, she went ahead and breastfed, and well, there you go.
Oh my gosh,
That looks like a Dirty Sanchez.
Oh my god. That looks like that poor kid that was in the movie The Visit. The one with the grandpa.
The poop. Okay, this poor child. She forgot. Well, she didn't really forget. So she says that she didn't know it was going to transfer, like that or either that quick or whatever. So,
look at the baby. The baby's like smiling. Look, he's like all happy and stuff.
Because he just got through breastfeeding. Who wouldn't be happy? So Kezia Josfiak, is that what it is? Josfiak was applying a tanning foam. Oh, I said
or something like that.
Foam when her 5-month-old son Raph woke up hungry. She said she didn't realize that the product hadn't had enough time to dry until she looked down at his face after breastfeeding.
Oh my god!
Poor guy. So here's the mother.
Well, you know what? She looks like
what?
The Octomom. Except for her lips, she doesn't have as big. She doesn't have the collagen on her lips.
Octomom's a freaking nutbag.
Well, yeah, well.
So
actually, she's them kids are like 11 years old now. So, I mean, she's right.
Are they nuts too?
Well, we'll find out in a couple of years.
So lady. If you want,
this is
you
like
want to play a joke on your husband. There you go.
Oh no, never mind. I'm going to buzz myself.
Yeah, because I tell you what, because Miss Jen was explaining our show to somebody before, and she said, it can get a little raunchy, so I'm trying not to get too
down in
the gutter. But
we're already there anyway.
Yes.
We don't need to go any further.
No. So I was.
This poor kid.
So she said, it took me a good solid hour to get the tan off his face properly, but he found the whole thing hilarious. The kids, because he just got through breastfeeding. He's happy. I used baby oil and baby wipes, and he looked shiny and clean after.
I bet. She looked like George Hamilton's sister.
The crispy kernel.
How does she not know?
Well, I guess she didn't think. I guess she thought it had dried already, and then there you go.
It looks like he got in a chocolate. Okay, it's being a kid. Okay, so let's keep it above board. It looks like the poor baby got like a chocolate bar.
He looks like Augustus Gloop.
Augustus Gloop. Yep,
yeah,
from Willy Wonka.
Yep.
Or it's a Charlie at a Chocolate Factory or whatever.
Whatever.
Which one of the ones.
One of those. So
It's like he got into the chocolate. And I can
So look. Okay, so I imagine that it was easier to get off because it was right afterwards, right? So ladies, if you want to play a joke on your husband, at night and stuff, put that on, and then go do what you're going to do, and have him fall asleep. He gets up in the morning, that stuff is just it's not going to come off.
And make sure you try and keep him away from a mirror so he can't see it and be like, oh, honey, you're running late. You need to go to work. You just here. You look fabulous, honey.
Oh yeah.
I'll do your hair right here.
I'll just pop off.
You do that. You look great. And then I can see him going into work. He has like this big business meeting. Okay, and on our agenda today.
And think of this. Think of this right here, though. And he's in front of everybody. Dude, are you Are you trying to go for a 5 o'clock shadow with a goatee or something? I don't know why you're going with the nose. You got hair on the nose. What's with the nose?
I mean, or it's like I understand you probably like some chocolate, but you might want to wipe it off a little bit. Don't bury your face in the bowl of the chocolates. It's just they melt a little.
It's like, oh, that don't smell like chocolate.
I always sit there and think of that movie, The Visit. Gary loves it. I like it too. But it's
the
like
movie's
the scene,
good.
The scene, the one scene that I always bring up because it just grosses the crap out of me. Literally.
Go ahead.
Is where the old grandpa, they're finally the family's crazy. The grandparents are just crazy. They're not really grandparents. They're just two crazy old people that escaped from a loony home.
Yeah, this is a spoiler. If you've never seen it, he's going to give the whole thing away.
But the old man goes to the kid's scared stiff and can't move, and the old man pulls off his adult diaper and rubs it in his face. And it
wasn't just urine.
No, it was full. And he wipes it. And the kid's in a state of shock and can't move. And it's just like.
And the kids, what did you say the kid's 14, 15, 14?
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be 13 in the
13.
show. Yes, the same, about the same. And he's just like, I would punch that old man.
Well, he did.
Eventually.
The kid went ape shit.
Yeah, he did go bonkers.
And beat that old man's ass. But anyway. If you've never seen The Visit, go see it.
It is very creepy.
Creepy as hell.
Yes, it is. It is a very creepy movie.
Anyway.
But this poor little tyke. All right, Ma, I get it. And is it, she gets a little tanning lotion. She's not going to the tanning bed and trying to get cancer and stuff like that. I get it. Everybody in England's as white as that. Where's that? Right there. That background is. So I get it, but just stick a fan to yourself. Make sure you're dry.
This background?
Yeah, there you go.
I think it's hilarious.
I know.
That poor kid's just
But he doesn't care. He doesn't have a care in the
he's
world.
5 months. What does he care?
Yeah, I know. Not a care in the
As
world.
long as he doesn't lick it, I don't know what it tastes like. But.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Hopefully there's. I'm sure it's not toxic. I'm hoping.
I would
sure
assume
that
so, she spread that on your skin.
Right. Well, but not in your mouth though.
Oh, that's true. You can walk around through my eye.
Exactly. So, anyway. And no, for those of you that are woke out there that happen to be watching the show, she's not doing the baby in blackface. That's only Ralph. That's only Ralph Northam. That's only the governor of Virginia is allowed to do that and get away with.
Or put a hood on his head.
Yes, we're not quite sure who.
Speaking of a hood, we're gonna have a story next week. That anyway, speaking of hood.
Okay,
that's just all I'm gonna say.
I can't wait.
I'll just say hood, and then think of Dave Chappelle's show, and then we'll just
okay. Oh, yes.
So anyway,
that's that was one of my favorite skits.
I know. I love Dave Chappelle.
I love Dave Chappelle.
Anyway, so that is. I guess we can.
Yep.
Take off
our little tyke.
Little tyke with the.
And Mom isn't that bad. She's not bad to look at.
Not bad.
No. For merry old England.
Merry old England.
Cheers and pip pip.
Because we didn't see her teeth though.
No, that's true too.
I know. That's kind of old wives. That's probably maybe an old.
It is not
back
an old
in the
wives'
day.
tale. Well, it's probably better now.
I know it's not a wives' tale, but it's.
The water over there is not good. We're not blaming you, everybody over there in Great Britain. We know your water's not the best in the world. And we know that's one of the reasons why your teeth are all screwed up and stuff. So
that's right. If you want to, I tell you what, if you want to have some better water, we'll bottle some, ship it out from Flint, Michigan.
Yeah. Oh. Then you won't have to worry about your teeth in about 10 years.
That's right.
You'll be 6 feet under.
Something.
Oh, that's new. That's another thing. Speaking of water, that our friends, the environmentalists, are now going hard and heavy after our bottling manufacturers. They're trying to. There's multiple lawsuits being filed, especially in Washington State now. If our girl was on this evening, I didn't see her on
Burgundy?
Yeah, Burgundy. She could maybe attest to this, but I guess they're trying to get them to shut down because of, number one, the plastic that they're putting the bottles in, which I'm like, they ought to really try and find something else to put in besides the plastic. But anyhow, they're coming up with all kinds of copper.
Right, but see, the water bottles are actually the one thing that is actually being recycled.
Right.
As opposed to like the trash or the
other
grocery bags.
Right.
I mean, I saw they were making like freaking shoes and some of this Under Armour stuff out of bottles.
Yes, certain plastics, yes, they can be recycled real easy or whatever. But anyway, that's just their thing is, we don't need them anymore. We don't need bottled water anymore, so we need them to stop doing what they're doing.
I tell you what, everybody just carry around a canteen like you've been in the old days.
Yeah, there you go. Or we got camelbacks. Camelbacks.
Oh yeah, everybody walking around with the camelback. Yeah,
those are awesome though. When you're
hydration.
Yes.
Bladder is what we call them. It's what we call them in the military and military type
hydration bladders.
Jobs.
Yes.
Positions.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have a hydration bladder over in what you call it. And I used to have to empty my bladder a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I didn't.
Amen.
You just sweat it
I know,
out.
you sweat it out. And you're like, man, I drank like a whole freaking
It's
50-gallon bucket, and nothing's coming out.
It's funny because you go over there, looks like you just crawled out of like a talcum powder factory because all the salt that comes out.
I know. It's like
you're like
it's
your
like a
clothes
salt.
are just salt is like white.
It's like no wonder the camels come up to you and want to lick you because it's like you're like a giant salt lick. I couldn't believe it. It was funny. The one time it was like on my face, like around my eyebrows and stuff. And I'm like, what is that white stuff? Am I flaking? They're like, no, that's all the salt that's coming out. I'm like, what? Where's my hamburger? Where's some French fries?
That's right.
Ding, 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 ding.
I put a little Himalayan. Beep, beep.
I wonder if that's better for you than regular salt.
I don't know, but I need to get these camels away from me.
They spit.
I'll dress up like a bear.
I know.
Oh, so that's
We just kind of went.
that's all we got. That's all we got
That's all we've got.
for today's show.
Look, right, basically right on time too.
What is today? Today's the 23rd. What does that mean?
That means I don't know. You tell me.
You tell me. I asked you first.
Well, we've been promising you that 1 week from today, which would be next Sunday,
That's right.
is our first annual.
First annual?
Our first call-in show. Our first call-in show should and will be, God willing,
God willing.
next Sunday.
God willing, the creek don't rise.
Yes. Yeah, that very well could happen if we get enough rain.
If we lived in
Mississippi,
Missouri, and all that stuff is going to get flooding.
England, they got flooding over in England, Mississippi, all over the place. Not here. We had enough. We had enough.
Mississippi?
Yeah, Mississippi. Oh, cheers, Mississippi. Me too, love.
So we are going to, like I said, Thinking Tech said, we're going to have the call-in show. So.
I cannot believe next Sunday's March 1st.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Mm-hmm. We're just.
I know. I'm telling you, Pete, come on, you're all with me. It's like as soon as you hit 21, it's like you have your goals, 16, 18, 21, and then that next thing you know, you're like 70.
Then you kind of hit 25, and then you want to put the damn brakes on.
I know, but
but then the roller coaster's already going downhill.
Yeah, the accelerator pedal keeps going down. It's like, oh my gosh, it's crazy.
It is crazy. But anyway, so tomorrow, next week, and actually I will tweet out, and I'll put it on, and I'll
advertise it,
message on Facebook or whatever. Yeah, I will advertise it a couple times next week so everybody's aware or reminded, I should say, that we're going to have our first call-in show. And that means, like we said before, the topics are yours. Whatever you want to talk about. So I know it doesn't seem like it, but Deacon Tex and myself are actually quite astute. And we can cover a plethora of top. Oh, thank you.
That's two big words.
Yeah, that's the other stripper's name I had. It's plethora.
I'd like to introduce to you Epiphany, followed by plethora.
That's enough. Plethora and Epiphany. Oh my gosh, we got to go that one for a while.
That's in the high class stripper district.
That's right. That was at the Cabaret.
Yes.
So, what was I saying?
We're talking about like
the
they have to pick the topics.
So the topics are yours. All right. So we can comment and discuss any topic you want. But here's the thing. Here is our greatest fear.
Right.
Well, we have a lot of fears, but anyway. Here's our big one is that we're gonna sit there. We're gonna sit there and
nobody's gonna call. We are gonna have a backup just in case.
we are gonna have an agenda.
It could be
just
a slow night. Something we understand.
It
things
might
happen.
be slow just because. Well, I'm gonna really try to nail down the technology this week. So come Sunday, well, yeah,
It'll
be screwed up as much as any other time.
As our regular viewers know, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen right before our show's about ready to start.
Damn straight.
So we will keep you informed.
So,
and another thing we ask. Okay, we are Conformity Antidote. We are open to discuss just about anything and everything you want to talk about. However, let's keep our conversations in decorum, and you know what that means. And if something starts going off the rails, we'll kind of give you a little hint. And if it keeps going off the rails, then
not that. We'll give you.
Yep. And there goes the call. So. But I don't think we have to worry about our viewers.
So.
Our viewers are very keen to our show and what we want, and the whole idea of Conformity Antidote. We don't want
We don't do three strikes. Like we might do a little, and like okay, we need to bring it back. And if you just go off on a tear, then we're just gonna cut you off. All right. Because basically, it's our show. We do what the hell we want.
You said it.
We're running the world.
You got that right.
Who runs the world, girl? No, it's Tex and Cuz.
Yes,
we run the
and
world.
I'll tell you right now, if it was, there'd be a hell of a lot better off than things are. We tell you what, we wouldn't have half of this stuff going on now.
Damn skimmy, because you know why? We reduce the population.
I wouldn't even go that far.
I would.
See that? No, that's too much pulling of the trigger. I just be like. Right over there. Oh, right over there. Okay, that's two big cities that just disappeared.
One being San Francisco.
Oh, I didn't say that. There's some good people. There are some good people in
are.
Frisco, and there are some good people like in New York and Chicago.
And I don't want to get on my damn.
I'm not sure about Baltimore yet.
No.
No, there are good people in Baltimore.
And I want to
too.
get on my soapbox, but San Francisco used to be such a cool city to visit. It really was. It was one of my favorite cities to visit, and then just
I vote. That was on. I hate to say it, and hopefully it can go back on it. But that was on my bucket list because it was so beautiful. I've known people that have been out. I've never been to San Francisco, but I know people have been out there. They rave about it. They say it's beautiful. It's a little expensive, but I'm not going out there to live. I'm going out there just as a tourist. But not until they get their shit cleaned up.
their shit together.
But maybe down the road, somebody will come in and try and turn it around, and I can put it back on my bucket list. But right now,
well, there's actually a new woman that's trying to be mayor, and she's trying to change her business or her profession to go to mayor, and so I'll be out there trying to vote for Epiphany.
Ooh, amen, brother. Everybody vote for Epiphany.
Epiphany, and maybe one of her cabinet people, a plethora. She can bring a little something to the table.
And then we always have Bubbles the treasurer.
Anyway.
Oh, anyway.
So like we said,
Call
any
the show.
topic, call the show next week, and I'll be bombarding people with freaking tweets and messages and say, hey, be there, be square.
Absolutely.
And so, like I said, we will have a backup. Just maybe we need, maybe we won't have like 50 million people. We need to fill in a little bit of time,
Right.
but hopefully we'll get enough that can come
Or-
on there. So here's my thing. Here's my thing. Now, let me just get on my thing for a
Okay.
second. Real
Get
quick.
on your thing.
Real quick. It's because we have I mean, if you look at Facebook, I mean, sometimes we're rolling freaking 20, 30,000 views on Facebook, right? But for some reason, it seems when it comes to those that either want to comment or talk, about stuff on the show, like either email or on, a messaging, they don't. It's like they don't want to get on. Now I understand that it's probably kind of
Right.
like
Not
Trump-
everybody can.
It's kind of like Trump supporters. Like a lot of people might support Trump, but it's like I don't want to get in the middle of stuff because people are assholes, and I don't want to have to deal with people like bitching, throwing shit at me, and whatever else.
We'll
okay?
keep you. We aren't going to tell anybody who you are.
No, we're not going to tell you. So, but here's a perfect opportunity if you got some. And I tell you what, it might be that you got a problem with us.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, I don't like the way you guys, talk about this or do this or carry yourself about this. That's fine. Bring it on. We'll have a discussion about it.
And then we'll go, bye.
Then we'll tell you to go F yourself. No, but we'll discuss it. We'll say, okay, fine. But you know what?
Or what we could even do is if you prefer, since we're going to have a little something, if we start talking about a topic, if we're talking about either something on the news or a topic or whatever, and you want to interject to whatever we're talking about, that's your opportunity to.
That's very good. That might be even a better thing. We get into something and you're like, oh, I would like to talk.
I want to talk about that.
I want to comment on that.
You guys are either
maybe we'll like what do you call it? Prime the pump.
yeah give you prompts, prompt you to
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, I want to say something about that, so I'll call in.
yes.
So that's a good thing too. So
We'll get this figured out. I mean, it'll be our first one, so there's going to be some,
and hopefully, yeah, and hopefully if it works out, we can do it like every couple months, or we'll see.
Yep.
And we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, we'll make it like a special night or something like that, where like once a month or something like that, we'll do a call-in show or.
Yeah, if it works out.
Yep, that's what I think.
So you perfect opportunity. So get your topics together, or like Deacon said, if you just want to comment on stuff that we're already talking about on that show, that's fine too. All right. So there's a pizza.
Amen.
I'm gonna go back and have some more. Anyway, so that's all I got.
And I think that's all I've got.
I'm out.
So thank you all for being with us again this Sunday. We missed you.
We did miss you.
Yes, we did miss you a lot.
Yep.
And like I said, be sure to.
We missed you too. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we've dropped our disguise. So now we're really not doing what we're supposed to do. But how about this one here?
I love this little. Are we being heard? Last time we did that, yes, because see this button right here? Okay, yeah. You gotta push that button right there. Right there. Because we did this last week and we were giggling like schoolgirls. But nobody else heard us. So anyway, yes. God bless everybody. Give somebody a hug. Even if you don't like them too much, just maybe hug. Maybe they'll hug somebody you love. Maybe they'll like you after that. Exactly. It's just don't do the Harvey Weinstein. That's a little muted. There we go. Okay. All right, we gotta go. Stop that.
All right, Zane. So God bless. Be with us next week on the first. Thank you. On March 1st for the first call-in show. Until then, good night. God bless.
Please join us next week.
Yes.
Use the phone.
Yes, phone. And hurry up and open China Garden, you fat bastards.
We'll be fat bastards.
Yes, if we open China Garden. Good night, everybody.